Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Here we have a Matchbox Airbus A300B Airbus passenger jetliner. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this one. As you can see, it's lost some side decals, pen mark on the right wing, starboard wing, two jet engines, 1973 this one was made. One thing I do know, I'm pretty sure it's going to be blue for one airline or another. Right, here we are with our Air France A300B. Just see that there on the right hand side, A300B, made in England, Matchbox Lesney, 1973. So there's two rivets holding this A300 together. Never taken one apart before. I've seen that most of the planes are sprayed bottom half by airlines in like silver and the top half's a colour. So definitely the rivets need to come out. Don't know if that's going to do it. There's a bit of rocking, a bit more at the back, a bit more at the front. There we go. Was just a bit on the outside now. Looks like these just pull back. There's a rears. Not going to mix them up. That pulls back. There's the front. You can see that this engine's slightly bent inwards, so a pair of pliers will correct that. Nice little model. I think I'm doing this alongside the Ford Thunderbird, so they'll probably both go in the car stick together. Bits in the part box. Okay, we're back with our aeroplane. It's out the car stick. Not a lot to these aeroplanes. So I think it just needs to clean up one of those engines from the top. This one looks a bit curved in that way, so just pull that out a bit and give it a clean with a wire brush. Okay, we've just finished polishing up the Airbus. If you can see that, but this wing is slightly up at this side. So we're just going to put a piece of paper around it and bend it back a bit. You can feel it when it's moving. That's a lot better. And of course we had the engine. That just needs a better brush. Not sure now. I've touched it a bit. Looking from the other side, head on. This This one looks like it's curved in a bit. Hard to tell. Let's bend it out a touch. Can't do too much because it will snap off. That looks straight. This one looks a bit wonky. They're happy with those. And she goes back together. Got to drill the rivet holes yet. That's the next job. Okay, we're just drilling the rivet holes in the Airbus now. Now we've got a hole there. It's always easier to do this afterwards, I've found. Bit round the edges. Should go together nicely. Just check a couple of rivets in there. I might need to drill those holes a bit deeper. Okay, the rivets fit nicely into there. Can put her into paint. Okay, first colour on the Airbus is done, so we can remove the masking tape. Just the nose bit on the top part of the fuselage. So that's that bit done. Let's look at the lower fuselage. What I find with these small planes is they're very difficult to mask up. Awkward shapes. Of course, we'll have to mask up again straight after this to get the silver on the wings. No doubt there'll be a bit of touching up to do. This little bit at the tail should have been blue. But overall, she's not looking too bad, so it's just a matter of masking her up again now, ready to do the wings silver. Okay, we're back with the A330, and it's time to take the masking tape off. Been doing a few planes with a few models which required masking recently. I tell you, it's held the job up. I'm hoping all that sticky gunge that's been left by the masking tape is going to come off. It's not looking too bad a job. I just hope the dark blue polishes up nicely. Right, so there's a body, nice silver wings. Sometimes you do get a grey sort of shape following the wing. I'm not going to be able to do that on this. Disappointed. I hope this just polishes off. If not, it'll need retouching up. Let's have a look at the top of the plane, top of the fuselage, which fortunately only needed top of the fuselage only needed masking at the front. Not a bad job, just need touching up a little bit. So we're part way there. Okay, our A300 is out of paint, as you can see. We can start to think about assembly. Not a lot to do really, just the main undercarriage there pushes in, followed by the front wheel. There is a groove for the front wheel to go in. I think that paint's made it just a bit too thick. Maybe if I look underneath. Could probably push that along, actually. There we go. Just a gentle push, I'm not going to stab myself. I wouldn't say it was a rolling chassis. And of course we've got the upper fuselage. And there she is. All we've got to do is put a couple of rivets, 1, 2, in there. Okay, we're just about ready for the rivets now on the A300. Just got to get a bit of super glue in there. Don't panic, plenty of time. There's one in. So I can pick up the second one a bit easier. It's like bloody tiddlywinks. Right, just have to try and drop this one in. There we go. One A300 assembled. Okay, we're nearing the end on the A300. One of the few things to do is the cockpit. Just have to grab it by the wheels. Just have to use a Sharpie marker pen to try and get in there. Okay, I did a lot of that off camera. Okay, we're back with our A300 rather, and we've got some decals for the tailplane and the British Airways ones. I'm not going to bother with the windows, quite small, difficult to do, so I'm just going to try and do the main ones. Right, just about to try and put, for the second time, a decal on this A300. She slid off better this time. Try and move her into position. There we are. She doesn't look too bad off the camera. Pleased with that. Trying to get a level with the cockpit, which I've seen on other BA planes. So, one more to do. Okay, we're on with our second British Airways insignia. Set out the way. She needs to come down a bit. I can see at the top she needs to go back a bit. At least she's sliding better than the others. If you can see that, she is sort of level that way with the other one. She needs to be horizontally level now with the cockpit. It's a bit high on the cockpit. That's a bit high on the cockpit. I think we're going to go with that. They are quite difficult to do, which leaves the two tailplane ones. Now, when you look at a proper BA plane, the whole tailplane's painted, including the front. These are just going to stick on the tailplane. They're not going to wrap round. Right, here we go with the first one. That's off. Let's try and just move it about a bit. Just got to get it looking right. Now that should be horizontal, I think. Try and get it the right shape in there. I've got the rear of the rudder. There is a casting mark there to line it up with. That's what I've chosen to do. You probably can't see that on camera. Actually prefer that look to any other that I've achieved so far. that should be horizontal at the top. That's not bad. There we are. We're going to stick with that. Other side. We've got a chip paint there. We need to fix that later. It's just a bit of a paint on a brush. And the other side. I've just got to move it around. And she's not gone on bad there. If you can see that, I think that needs to be. Check the other side, because we liked that. So horizontal on the white, corner into the top of the tail, and we're actually good. I quite like that. I think we're going to leave all's well. Very small to do these types of things. I don't know why I do them, to be honest. Here we have our British Airways A300B. Quite small and difficult to do these small planes, especially on the decals. I decided not to try and put the window stickers on, window decals. Thought it was a bit too much. Of course, Airbus went on to much bigger things, making the A380, the double-decker one, and challenging the US manufacturer Boeing in this particular market. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. I'll leave you with the Airbus A300B in British Airways markings. Thank you and have a good weekend.